Broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is 12 o'clock Newsbreak. In the local scene, the Albay Veterinary Office AVO, in collaboration with 70 students from Bicol University, Ginubatan, has joined forces to advocate for responsible pet ownership, rabies awareness, and wildlife conservation and protection. Albay Park and Wildlife Legazpi City, together with students from BU College of Veterinary Medicine and Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, majoring in animal science, participated in various activities promoting animal welfare on the celebration of the World Animal Day last week. During the event, students actively engaged in lectures on animal care and protection led by licensed agriculturists from AVO and biologists from the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, DNR Bicol 5 or Region 5. In an interview, Dr. Franz V. Colombo, Albay Park and Wildlife Manager, highlighted the important role of students in raising awareness about animal care in Albay. In other story, the Grand Homecoming Motorcade Parade of Miss Face of Beauty International 2024, Jean Isabel Bilasano, took place yesterday from the Governor's Guest House to the Albay capital in Legazpi City. The motorcade was organized by the Provincial Tourism, Culture and Arts Office, PDCAO, and warmly welcomed by the Provincial Government of Albay department heads and employees, congratulating Bilasano on her victory. Bilasano also paid a courtesy visit to Governor Greg Hallare and Vice Governor Baby Glenda Ongbungao. In the afternoon, a press conference was held with several PGA VIPs. In the national scene, another spike in petroleum products prices is being felt starting today, as announced by various oil companies. In separate advisories of Petrogas, Filipina Shell, and Sea Oil, diesel prices as well as kerosene are up by 1.20 pesos and another 70 centavos per liter respectively. The price movement could be attributed to the Israel's attack on Iran's oil infrastructure, resulting in a supply disruption. It can be recalled that in the past weeks, a spike in petroleum products were also felt by the motorists. In other story, the Commission on Elections is expecting more last-minute certificate of candidacy filings for the 2025 polls. Based on COMELEC's recent record on Sunday, only 78 senatorial candidates filed their COCs, with 87 party list groups, which is only half of the 160 tally that the COMELEC expected. According to the agency, among those aspiring candidates who have already filed their COCs were well-known allies of former President Duterte. It can be recalled that official filing of COCs for the 2025 midterm elections started last October 1 and will end today, October 8. In other news, around 151 overseas Filipino workers, OFWs, in Lebanon are set to return to the country starting on October 11 as Israel-Hezbollah conflict intensifies. According to Migrant Workers Secretary Hans Kakdak, a total of 9 flights will be made available for the repatriation of the OFWs from October 11 to 28. It can be recalled that 15 OFWs were supposedly set to come home to the Philippines last September 25, but was put on hold due to the continued delays in major airlines flights caused by the recent explosions in Beirut. Meanwhile, Kakdak said that a total of 430 Filipino workers and 28 dependents from Lebanon have already returned to the Philippines since October last year. And in the news outside the country, the United Nations Migration has revealed that nearly 6,300 people in Haiti have already left their homes after a gang attack which claimed 70 lives. According to the UN's migration, about 90% of the said number are staying in their relatives' house, while 12% are sheltering in other evacuation sites such as schools. The said gang attack, who took place in Pont Sunday, has urged many residents to leave their homes in the middle of the night. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Gary Connell has committed to capture the perpetrators and make them pay for what they have done. Connell noted that the victims should be given restitution after being horrified by the gang attack. And finally, in the news outside the country, a newly seated mayor of a city in southern Mexico was killed just days after taking his seat, adding up to the series of attacks against politicians in the said country. The Institutional Revolutionary Party condemned the killing of Chilpancingo Mayor Alejandro Arcas, noting that the murder of the said official was a cowardly crime. People of Guerrero State are seeking for justice as they express their sentiments on X, stressing that the people do not deserve to live in fear. Meanwhile, it was found out that Arcas' murder happened days after the killing of another city official identified as Francisco Tapia. And that's all for the 12 o'clock news break, October 8, 2024. We'll be right back tomorrow for more news updates. And thanks to our 12 o'clock news break writer, Albay Lurejo. And on the technical side, Chad Bobis. Of course, our Provincial Information Officer, Mary Luduca Castillo. And our provincial, and under the supervision of our Governor, Greg Lagman, I am Greg Hallare. Thank you for subscribing.